Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of GCC's Georgia Chiro Connection. I'm your host, Dr. Kathy, and I am so excited to be talking to Dr. Wade, who looks like he's in front of like a store banner. What's going on over there, Doc?
I'm just chilling with a couple of the giveaways that we have for the Chiro Cup. Just had an amazing morning of serving the people. So yeah, let's tell the folks what's going on and what not to miss out on.
Yeah, I'm super excited because next week is our golf tournament, GCC's golf tournament, ChiroCup.com. What number is this? I mean, we've been doing this a couple years now. This is number 5?
Yeah, it got there quick, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And you have been doing an awesome job. Absolutely. You have been leading this, pioneering this. You brought it to us, you pushed it on us, you force fed it to us when we were resistant, and you have persevered and done such an amazing job with this golf tournament. And really it's the whole board, but it's you have been the driving force behind this. You've been the idea behind this. You've been the inspiration and the motivation and the push behind us. And this has been going so well that we've got our 5th one coming up next week. I want to talk about that, and also want to talk about this coming weekend as well. So let's talk about the golf tournament first, because we'll circle around and come back to it, I'm sure, a million times.
I appreciate the acknowledgement, Kathy. It's funny. I feel myself getting a little emotional because you're just helping me connect to how the thing started in the first place. And it was me walking down the 18th fairway at a golf tournament for a charity that I play in all the time. And that's when I had the idea. It was shortly after my cousin overdosed, got some kind of crazy drugs after getting hooked on opioids. And so I said, damn it, like something's got to give. And I don't care, right? This is the proverbial standing on the seashore, right, with the starfish or the sand dollars, and the kid throwing them back in, and someone saying, what is that little thing going to do to make a difference? And, as we know, the foundations and the nonprofits that the Chiro Cup has chosen to serve, we know firsthand families who have had their family members saved. Their lives gotten taken back through the efforts of the Davis Direction Foundation, and certainly the other nonprofits that we've brought in with the vertebral subluxation research. Those types of things are more far reaching than we can even talk about or even comprehend. I mean, even just, from my family who we lost a loved one, but like even into my aunt and uncle who lost their child. And to families who are suffering. And a lot of the parents are actually suffering with addiction. And chiropractic is the big gun on the preventative side, because we know that people who are hooked up and getting cleared out, they are less likely to fall into some trap of addiction and just this whole paradigm of pharmaceutical dependence for a lifestyle. And then we have the nonprofit of Davis Direction Foundation, which obviously is the recovery side. So when it's already kind of become too late and they've already gotten wrapped up, there are those safety nets, and these guys are tried and true. It's grassroots as can be. What Missy Owens and the people at Davis Direction are doing is fantastic. And it's a labor of love. And thank you for the acknowledgement. And it got me a little choked up on how this thing started in the first place, which, look, we can lose that a little bit, because in the logistics of trying to put all this together, we were just talking about the food and all this stuff. And we've got Yeti coolers, as prizes. And we just got a amazing gift pack from a high-end salon down the street with all this Gucci stuff. I'll tell you, when I go to a golf tournament and I'm looking at the raffles and the prizes, I go straight to the ones that I can take home to my wife, Lisa, because I know if I come home with stuff for Lisa, Lisa's like, oh, good, you're going to another golf tournament. I'm like, yes. And I've got her support. So we've got awesome Chiro Cup shirts for the volunteers. And on that note, we need more volunteers because of the high-end premium experience that we want to provide for our participants and sponsors. It takes a really big team. So we would love it if you would consider joining the team. We'll feed you all day long. We'll give you a survival pack. Katrina makes an amazing survival pack to make sure you don't go hungry or thirsty. And we have fun out on the course serving the people. So really think about that. And we've got some more spots for players, but not a lot. So do not miss out on this epic fun day that is making a bigger and bigger difference in our 5th year.
And I like that we are using the funds from this to really help support research that means a lot to us as chiropractors. So let's talk a little bit about that, because in the banner that goes up, that's been on our on our GCC call right there, it's been on our website, it's been on our social media platforms, you see that one of the things that we are supporting, this fundraiser, is for immunity research. And that's a big one. That's a really big one, because as chiropractors, we see firsthand what the adjustment does for our patients. We see what our kids that are under chiropractic care, whether it's in our own home or in our office, we see the level of health that they have and how they bounce back from different exposures. But now there's a big project that we are, as GCC, we are helping to fund a research project to really discuss immunity and its relationship to chiropractic.
And, when it comes to the public, and I don't even understand these percentages that we get told about the percentage of the population that receives chiropractic care. And maybe I'm just in some weird bubble, because it seems like everybody I run into loves chiropractic, gets chiropractic. So the numbers seem off, but any of the public who receives it, they totally get that I'm healthier, I'm better. When it comes to sick season, I'm not so sick and all this stuff. What we've found, especially over the last few years, Kathy, is that this research is paramount for our health freedoms. And so what it's doing is really making sure that there's solid foundation for our legislators to be involved in, to make sure that our civil liberties, our right to choose intervention of medicine is protected, because we have a solid foundation of research that these important guys are doing. And it is really important to us that everybody has this body autonomy and the right to choose what they have. And this research is paramount in that.
Right. And it's exciting stuff. I'm really eager to see the outcome of this effort. I'm really eager to see, the starting point and how it moves along and how it comes out, because this is going to be a big, big boom for your practice. It's going to be a big boom for the chiropractic schools and the education, because once people start to understand this stuff more, they'll be asking for it. So I'm really excited that we as an organization decided to put our money where our mouth is and make sure that our fundraising efforts went to support things that we believe in, especially our public awareness campaign. And that's a big one. That was a big one for me. That was one that I was, really fighting for. And I know that we had such great support on the board, because we want to take this information that we're funding with the research, and we want to be able to get it to the people who need to see it the most, which is not necessarily our patients. It's the public who doesn't know what it is that we do and needs access to chiropractic, but they just don't know it yet. So the fact that a good portion of our funds from this golf tournament are going to go towards a public awareness campaign, that's big for me. That's a big deal.
It is. I wasn't raised with chiropractic. We couldn't spell chiropractic if you asked us to, because we weren't aware of it. And it reminds me of a fella in here this morning. He's in his 60s. And I've been doing business with him for probably the last 4 to 5 years. And only in the last 6 months has he started receiving chiropractic care. I do some of my business with him, but every year, every month, or whenever we'd have a meeting, he'd always ask, hey, and he's a country boy from North Metro Atlanta. And he's like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And it's all health and wellness related stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And now he's like all in. He's this country boy from like Canton who's doing yoga, drinking like ionized alkaline water, talking about nutrition, completely shifting and changing his paradigm of life. But it's crucial because he's like, why didn't anybody tell me about this? Why did I have to learn in my 60s when I've just been doing the American dream lifestyle of what you want, think what you want, and then just take drugs. Don't worry, one day you'll die. And so the public awareness campaign is definitely a big piece. And this bolsters the GCC, which then supports Georgia chiropractors in being absolute successes and we feed them with principle, with passion, and amazing tools. We bring in incredible speakers and coaches to make sure that they have all the tools to succeed and be leaders in their communities. So join us.
I love it. I love it. On fire. So that's why we do our continuing ed events, which we have coming up around the state. But this Saturday, we've got a big event coming up, and this is our United Soccer game. So that's a fun thing that, you get to bring your family to, you can bring your kids to. It's this Saturday night. It's coming across our crawl right there. It's Chiro United Soccer game. If you want to get tickets to that, you've got to let us know, georgiachiropractic.org. Drop a message right down below here, and Katrina Frazier will get back to you. But Wade, tell us a little bit more about what's going on for GCC.
Well, it's all golf tournaments. Certainly the Atlanta United soccer game. There's usually a cool tailgate, and it's just camaraderie and just good fun. And for me, for a lot of people, it's the only time of the season that they're even going to go to an AU game. So it's a great excuse. Get out of the house, go do something different. And that's awesome. But with the golf tournament, it's a fun fundraiser. Okay. So what I try to do is make sure that there's enough activities and skill games and competition in there so that our skill players, our serious golfers, have stuff that they can go shoot for and shoot after and awesome prizes. Much bigger and better Yeti coolers than this. This is just another one that we're going to be giving away to somebody. And but also,
so I have to ask you, Wade.
Yeah,
I noticed that there's a lot of prizes back there, right above the Yeti cooler. There's some pretty cool looking green books. Are those books being given away?
No, those are mine.
No, they are not.
But hey, I'm open to that. If somebody wants to sponsor a green book giveaway for the Chiro Cup, that could be pretty awesome for this year or next year. We'll have to think about that. But our casual golfers, and I want to see more ladies coming out and playing golf, volunteering and being a part of this tournament. You have 4 people on a team. If you're the only person, we're going to pair you up with 3 other people. And it's called a scramble format, which means you always play the best shot out of all 4 of you. And you're bound to hit the best of the 4 shots at some point.
So you're saying I could play?
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah, that we'd love for you to play, but we have too much work for you to do.
No.
It's a blast. It is an epic day. It's a wine and dine you from start to finish. Yes, we're going to have your typical golf club stuff, cigar bar, Bloody Mary bar. There's no drink tickets at my tournament. Okay. It is help yourself to whatever you want. Be responsible. Tons of prizes, fun for everybody. Bring your pocketbook. We are going to raise some money.
By the way, that reminds me, we always do a fundraiser for the political committee, for the PAC. Mm-hmm. And just as a reminder, you have to bring a personal credit card for that. So if you're going to donate to the PAC, which you can do online at georgiachiropractic.org, but if you want to participate in that, and I know there's one of the big raffle prizes goes toward the PAC, and Wade, maybe you can help me with that, but you have to have a personal credit card. You cannot use one of your business credit cards for that.
For sure. Your registration for the tournament, your raffle purchases, all that stuff is tax deductible.
Mulligans,
to the 501c.
all that, right?
All that stuff is tax deductible, but PAC, that's Political Action Committee, which says that the GCC is a watchguard for your healthcare freedoms in Georgia and for the rights for the chiropractors to be able to serve communities and children and anybody who we see fit, principled chiropractic. And so that money is super important for us to support the legislators who believe in what we believe in. And as Kathy was saying, that cannot be done with your business account. It has to be through personal. And that's just legislative guidelines that we have to follow. So there will be stuff to be able to bolster that as well. And we have lots of people who just know that we're going to do good things with it and donate to the PAC Fund monthly to help us do our job.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, all right. So just to recap, we've got our soccer game this Saturday night. Next Thursday, September 15th at Bridge Mill right here in Canton, Georgia. We have our Georgia GCC golf tournament. That's chirocup.com. We've got DE coming up in October. We've got a couple more CE events coming up. And then at the end of the year, we've got our convention right here in the Marietta area, right over by the Brave Stadium. So that's going to be the weekend of December 10th and 11th.
With a casino night, I believe.
We have a casino night. We got some philosophy. We got a panel for philosophy. We got some a great mix of people coming and speaking for that one. So I'm excited about that event. So, but right now, all of our focus obviously is on the soccer game this Saturday night and our golf tournament next Thursday. So Wade, thank you so much. Anything else you want to tell people?
That's it. I love you. And go register.
Love you. We love everybody. We need some volunteers. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't really play golf, but I'd love to come hang out. It's a good time. I'll be there. I'm sure Rachel Lieberman will be there. We were get a t-shirt. We were running the little putting contest last year. We had a good time with that. So there's a lot of fun to be had out there. And I already know that it's going to be a beautiful day. The weather's going to be perfect. I just already know. I put a request in for that.
Done. All right, gang.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, Wade.
Thanks, Kathy.
Bye. See everybody next week.